Good morning, everybody. Don Cramer at Urban Nest Realty with the Cramer Group. It's Wednesday, and we're here with a weekly recap to discuss what happened from last week to this week in Las Vegas real estate. So we've got some slides we want to throw up there to kind of give you some numbers and a little bit of context. And also, too, we will be recording here in the next day or so a full recap of the April numbers to give you a sense of what happened in the month of April in Las Vegas real estate. But we're going to take a look right now as our week over week update. So let's dive into the numbers real quick, shall we? So today we're looking at last week versus the previous week. So we have a total of 6,015 listings on the market currently. Of those, 5,877 are traditional sales, 65 short sales, and 73 foreclosures. So when we look at it week over week from the week of 427, just a modest increase, not even a full, less than 0.5%. Short sales and foreclosures are still showing as just a small portion of our current list of inventory. We really haven't seen anything, especially with what's been going on over the last several weeks, mostly probably due to properties that may be in forbearance right now and they're not actually in default for foreclosure. And as we work through the pandemic, things start to reopen, the forbearance situations start lifting. We will monitor closely to see if there's any changes, but as it stands right now, short sales and foreclosures are still holding steady at a very small percentage of the market, and week over week listings are showing pretty steady with just a modest increase in inventory. Now, if we move down to under contract, houses that are in contract right now, we had a little bit of a drop, but again, less than a percentage point. So this week we are 2,535 homes under contract. Of those, 2,389 are traditional sales. Short sales make up 105 homes and foreclosures 41. So again, very little change week over week. And that's showing about the third week in a row where we've shown stability. So kind of a weird analogy, but probably like an airplane or like a roller coaster. We were moving up, 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 and then we hit that first down drop for about 3 weeks. And now we've shown 3 weeks of stability in the housing market. Now, in the other couple of items we are tracking, that median home price did drop a bit, and that's $310,000 versus the previous $319,000, and that's going to show in our April numbers here coming up. Now, back on market were 165 homes, and price decreases were $550. So not a lot of big swings over there as well. Price decreases, what we're seeing is still around that 1.5 to 2 percentage points overall. Now, the median sold price at $310,000 is probably more indicative of houses that are moving are in that median price point versus in the upper areas, let's say the mid and luxury markets. We're going to take a look at those in the next couple slides. So if we jump to slide 2 as to week over week changes, this is some continued encouraging news. So again, week over week, we have 600 over the last 7 days, 641 new listings. And then under contract, we had 712. So again, second week in a row, more going into contract than coming up for sale. And then sold number 534. So those are encouraging signs with good movement, good flow of houses onto the market, and then also those going into contract and selling. So we are seeing buyers, we are seeing sellers, and the ratios are looking pretty steady. Just not at the speed we are normally accustomed to for this time of the year. Now, if we look at the next slide, which is the active and pendings by price point, again, not a lot of changes from week over week, but we have 791 homes under $250,000 for sale, 449 under escrow. in the mid-market, that core market of ours. So that's the 3,488 homes for sale and about 1728 pending. So it's almost like a 2-to-1 ratio. And again, I like that number because that's always good that we have houses that come on sale, and every couple of weeks they then go to into contract and are sold. Now, as we move up to the next couple of groups, the 500,000 to 750, where we kind of start getting into that mid luxury. Now we're at 889 listings, 235 under contract, pending. And then moving up again, 750 is $1 million price point, 302 home listings for sale, 70 in pending in contract, and then the luxury market at 472 listings, 64. So it almost starts going from a 2-to-1 ratio up to 500,000, then almost like a 4-to-1 ratio. Then we start moving in when we go into the luxury market, like almost a 7 to 8-to-1 ratio of homes for sale and homes pending. Now, we're probably not fully reflective of this, but what we did notice too in our broker forum meeting yesterday was that luxury market. So again, the 750, kind of that mid-luxury, and then all the way into the luxury segments in some of the master plan communities where there was maybe one home in escrow for every 20, 30. And I'll give you an example. It was a Red Rock Country Club. There were a few dozen listings, only one in escrow during that period. Over the last week, we started seeing more go into escrow. So I think we saw 4 or 5. So that's a good, healthy sign that those groups are starting to move forward as well. I think a lot of it's due to, okay, we're through the initial wave of the the changes to the housing market. We've shown some stability. We are starting to show signs of the nation and even the state starting to put together plans to reopen. And so people that were sort of sitting on the sidelines are starting to come in and start thinking about buying and selling. Now, what's also good, this is a good thing, is even though we don't have as many houses for sale as we'd like to right now, or as many under contract, our ratios between sales and pending, as I've said, those are still healthy. It almost gives us just about a 2 to 2.5 month supply of homes for sale. It wasn't like it was first part of March where we had one home in escrow for every one home for sale. That was starting to get down to that 30-day supply. And that's when our market begins to overheat. So we're in a good place right now as it shows. Now, again, we're looking forward to more news coming out over the next couple of weeks from the governor and nationally on reopening plans. We've heard that over on the news that the Wynn resorts were starting to look at partial reopening circa Memorial Weekend. MGM Resorts probably following on there later with a couple of properties. So those are encouraging signs. And we are seeing people out and about, and then started to put things in place and starting to be asked for plans as to how you intend to open your business as we move through COVID-19. So that's the week over week information on our Wednesday recap. We're also going to be taping our April recap, so you've got a good sense of what happened in April. And if you have any questions about your home, about what's going on in the market, because we've got different questions and answers based on buying, selling, and investing. So there's not a one-size-fits-all. Plus, also, if you saw all those different housing levels and price points, there's a different plan for each, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. So on behalf of my partner, Colleen Schaefer, I'm Don Cramer. With Urban Nest Realty, we form the Cramer Group, where more now than ever your real estate experience matters. Again, it's kind of also our Coffee with Cramer segment and Colleen. So I toast everyone today with a good cup of joe. And tomorrow's show, we're excited. We've got Barbara Rychek. Barbara is a realtor in Atlanta, Georgia. and we're going to have her on, and we're going to talk about what's going on in Atlanta with regards to real estate and things under COVID-19, what's going on over there on the east side of the United States. And then on Friday, we're going to wrap it up with John Perticchese with ASAP Security. So if you have any questions for Barbara or John coming up, do us a favor, put them in the comment section. We'd love to hear what questions you may have. If you have any questions or topics you want us to cover or answer in regards to real estate, we would love for you to put them down there. So hit the comment button. We'd love to answer those. And so again, on behalf of my partner Colleen Schaefer and I, we thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And until tomorrow, you have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye-bye.